Hey guys, this is Rupesh from Beebom.com, and Realme recently launched its very first TVs in India, and this right here is the 43-inch version of the Realme TV, and this is a TV that I've been using for the past week now. And yeah, if you're wondering how's the sound quality, how's the TV display, how's the Android TV experience, well, today I'm going to talk about all of that and also compare the Realme TV against Mi TVs, Vu TVs, iFFALCON TVs, all of them. So yeah, this is our Realme TV review, so let's get started. Okay, so let me start by telling you that I own a couple of smart TVs at home that I bought last year, so I think I have a good idea about the current smart TVs in the market. Now, when the Realme TV arrived, one thing that really impressed me is how it looks. Just look at the TV here. I think it looks sleek. See, what makes the Realme TV modern looking is the thin bezels on the sides and the top. The bezels here are 8.7mm thin, and I like the fact that these bezels are underneath the front glass, unlike a lot of other TVs out there which have protruding bezels, almost all of them. The bottom bezel is a little thicker as it accommodates the Realme logo, and you also get this light here indicating if it's on or not. Anyway, as you can see here, the TV looks great with the stand, but I'm sure it'll look cool on a wall as well. Although yeah, you don't get a wall mount in the box, so you'll have to get that separately. Moving on to the back here, it has the usual plastic design with all the ports you need. You get 3 HDMI ports, an AV port, 2 USB-A ports, a tuner port, a LAN port, the AV and the audio out port. So yep, the ports are pretty much covered. So overall, I like how the Realme TV looks. I mean, having played with a lot of TVs at our office, I can tell you that at this price, the Realme TV is definitely a very good looking TV. Plus, it helps that the display here is beautiful. This is a 43-inch Full HD LED display, and I think it's a good looking display. I mean, the display quality is obviously very important in TVs, and I think Realme has done a very good job here. See, I have a lot of natural light coming in where I've set up the TV, and on default display settings, the display looks bright, the viewing angles are great, and it's very vibrant. Realme has also added its Chroma Boost engine to enhance the overall picture quality, and yeah, I like how the display looks, but there are different display modes here as well if you want a more customized look. You can set it to sport, movie, game, etc. or customize things on your own. Apart from that, the display here also supports HDR10 content, and that's pretty interesting because most Full HD TVs don't support HDR. Look, at this price, the Realme TV, the 43-inch one, is close to a lot of 4K TVs out there. So yeah, a 4K display would have definitely, sealed the deal. But yeah, there's no 4K display, and that is a bummer. But for what it's worth, this is a pretty good 1080p display. Another great thing about the TV is the audio performance. The Realme TV comes with 24-watt quad stereo speakers with one full range speaker and a tweeter on each side of the TV. And there's Dolby audio support. Now, having used the TV extensively in the last few days, I think the sound experience here is great. The clarity is nice. I did not notice any distortions at higher volumes, and it gets pretty loud. Yes, the bass isn't that great, but it's decent enough for TV speakers, especially for a budget TV. Plus, like I said, there's Dolby audio support, so you can enable it. Choose from one of these modes and get a more surround sound experience if you like that. Anyway, enough talk. Let me just give you a sneak peek at the sound quality of the Realme TV. Let me increase the sound. This is at max volume. Okay, so the Realme TV does the basics of a TV, right? Both the display and the sound. Now, coming to the software experience, the Realme TV comes with Android 9 TV Pie platform, and it's stock Android TV, no UI or anything. Now, setting up the TV is pretty straightforward experience. We all know that. However, I could not pair the Bluetooth remote for the very first time because there wasn't any feedback on the remote. But yeah, I paired it manually later on, and I don't think it's an issue. Now, coming to the Android TV experience, these are the pre-installed apps. You get Netflix, Prime Video, Live TV app for basically DTH, AI Point, which just shows you all the apps, YouTube, Play Movies, Play Store, Pango browser, and Media Player for your local files. Yeah, you only get these essential apps, and I like the inclusion of a browser and a media player because a lot of people just download them from the Play Store. I mean, it's Android TV, so you get the Play Store where you can get more apps like Disney Plus Hotstar, Sony Live, which by the way has a horrible Android TV app, and obviously more. You also get the Google Assistant, which works well if you want to know the weather or anything about a new movie. There's also Chromecast built in, so you can cast movies and shows from your phone or your PC with the Chrome browser. And you can even cast your smartphone screen, your PUBG sessions on the TV using the Google Home app. Although, let me tell you that the experience isn't exactly aimed at gaming. Coming to the performance, the Realme TV comes with MediaTek's quad-core Cortex A53 CPU with Mali 470 MP3 GPU, and this chipset is the reason why this TV supports HDR10 and HLG. Anyway, there's also 1GB RAM and 8GB storage. Now, these are decent specs for a full HD TV because there are TVs with more RAM and storage at this price available. Anyway, specs aside, the TV has been performing well for me. I mostly watch Prime Video and Netflix on the TV or, cast something from my phone. And in my usage, the TV has been solid with no hangups or issues whatsoever. Now, obviously, I have no idea on how well this TV will fare 6 months or an year away from now. But if you ask me, things do seem positive. What also helps is this remote. See, remotes in a TV are one of the most underrated things, and yeah, the remotes are very important, and I like the fact that the Realme TV remote hasn't disappointed me. This is a Bluetooth and IR remote that uses two AAA batteries, and yeah, I like this remote. First of all, it feels great in the hand. I don't know, it has this slightly rubberish plastic design that feels great in the hand. Then there's the fact that it's very lightweight, looks good, and the buttons are tactile and pretty well placed. See, I hate it when the remote has buttons at the bottom, so yeah, this is a layout I like, although the volume buttons could have been better placed. Anyway, along with the usual buttons, you get dedicated buttons for Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, and of course, Google Assistant. So yeah, overall, I think the remote here is pretty good. Lastly, there's the connectivity, where the Realme TV is kind of a mixed bag. First up, I like the fact that it comes with Bluetooth 5.0 when most other TVs are still stuck on Bluetooth 4.2. But I don't like the fact that the TV does not have 5 GHz Wi-Fi support. Yes, most budget TVs do still only support 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, be it the similar priced Mi 4a Pro or iFFALCON's 43-inch TV or even Vu's 43-inch TV. But we're moving to fiber broadband services with 5 GHz routers, so yeah, 5 GHz support would have been nicer. Okay, so all in all, the Realme TV seems like a good all-around smart TV, right? Well, it's time to twist the story. Let's compare the Realme TV against other TVs in the same price segment. Okay, so the Realme TV is priced at Rs 21,999 and the competition includes Mi TV 4a Pro at the same price and the TCL iFFALCON 43-inch TV at Rs 20,999. Now, comparing things, all of these are Android TV TVs. But when it comes to the remote, the Realme TV and iFFALCON TV offer a more functional remote with more useful buttons. When it comes to the display, the Realme TV trumps the Mi TV with HDR support, but the iFFALCON TV is a 4K TV with HDR10 support. Yes, the TCL iFFALCON TV offers 4K at ₹1,000 less than the Realme TV. Honestly, the iFFALCON TV just seems like a better deal already, but let's compare more. When it comes to the speakers, the Realme TV has 24-watt quad stereo speakers, which are definitely better than the competition. Under the hood, the Realme TV and Mi TV come with Cortex A53 CPUs, while the iFFALCON TV comes with an A55 CPU and it also has double the RAM and storage. Plus, among the three, the iFFALCON TV is the only TV to include a wall mount in the box. Look, it's clear that the Realme TV is better than the Mi TV 4a Pro and other TVs like the Vu 43-inch TV, but it does not beat the TCL offering. The TCL iFFALCON TV is definitely more value for money and more future-proof. I personally own the 50-inch version of this same iFFALCON K31 series TV and I love it. To be honest, the Realme TV is one of the best looking TVs out there with 24-watt quad speakers that's probably better than the competition, so it's a good TV. But yeah, the 43-inch iFFALCON TV or even the Mi 4X TV, which costs 3,000 more but brings 4K as well as 5 GHz Wi-Fi, well, these just make more sense to me. Well, that was our review of the brand new Realme TV, and yeah, this is a good start from Realme and I can't wait for more 4K TVs, more bigger TVs from Realme, so yeah. Anyway, what do you think about the first Realme TVs in India? Tell us in the comment section below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and make sure to share it with your friends who are looking to buy this Realme TV or any other TV that I talked about. And yeah, lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.